Coming to you from sunny Orlando, Florida, welcome to the Paperstac podcast, where we cover current topics in the note industry, give you tactics for your note business, and talk with industry leaders to make you a better note investor. And now, your hosts, Brett Burky and Rick Allen.
All right, welcome back to the next episode of the Paperstac Snackables on the Paperstac YouTube channel or podcast, or
That's it.
and that's it. All right, welcome back. Happy to have you. It's the holiday season.
It is. Yes, it is finally December. So we're running. I can't believe it's already December. Years just gone by. I don't know. I don't know if it's fast, but
Even my son, who's 12, said, this year's going by so fast. I told him, I go, the days are long, but the years are short. And he goes, really? I go, that's what it's like when you're raising a kid. You have long days raising children, but the years fly by.
yeah, it sucks.
It does suck, but
Yeah.
not to get too sappy and about child rearing, but that's how it is. So what are we going to talk about today, Burky? What do you have on the plates?
I got a couple of them. I'm going to reach into the hat and pull one out here. All right. We're going to learn about the difficulties that you might run into in recording documents with the county, or other things you might need to know about recording, especially
Oh,
if it's
my
your
goodness.
first time around.
Yes, there is
All
a
the things that
lot of
could happen.
those. A
Some
lot
of
of
you
those.
still have to send it off to with a guy that's on a horse that has to run into the county, and the ones actually know what a computer is, and so it's all over the board, huh?
Yeah, I guess that's a good place to start. Most of the counties out there, I would say probably 80% accept digital recording.
Mhm.
Well, what does that mean? It means that you can go to, and it's to somebody who can record it online, or you can record it yourself online. You can use a platform called like Simply File to do it. You have to register, jump through some hoops to get an account, but you can record documents right from your computer, right? Makes sense. It's 2021, COVID, whatever. We just came through 2 years of that. And it was like, you had to do everything digitally. So why wouldn't you be able to do that?
Right.
Digitally? Which is great. It's perfect. It makes it to where you don't have to mail stuff. Documents don't get lost. You scan it, you upload it to their system, and 48 hours, bang, you've got your documents recorded. There are still a few counties where you have to do everything via mail, snail mail. You have to mail the actual stuff in there, or you have to physically walk into the building and record it that way. And obviously that presents tons of hurdles because it's slower, but really the issue is when you go to record something and there's an issue, you don't know about it for a week or two until they send it back to you.
Yeah. That
So
part's a bummer.
that's the biggest issue. And then you got to start all over again. And
Not
so
only
it's-
that, you're sitting in it's the document that says that you actually own the property. And if something gets lost in the mail or they screw it up or something, that's your document. Hopefully you made a copy of it, but still that part's scary.
That one sucks. That's something else. So let's just assume that you're going to do something digitally and it's a perfect world and you don't have to worry about the snail mail. There's other things you need to look at that you would worry about. You need to make sure that there's the borrower or that your name is spelled correctly, who's selling to is spelled correctly. It's got to match up perfectly to the prior recorded assignment or document. You want to make sure that the legal descriptions match up to the other legal descriptions that have been recorded prior to this. If they don't match up, the county will reject it.
Huh?
And then you have to go back, fix it, have it re-signed, and sent back in.
Yes.
An APN number. Make sure
Parcel
the-
number,
Yeah, parcel numbers. Make sure those match.
book and page.
The book and page, if you're doing an assignment of mortgage, you want to make sure the execution date or the recording date is the same. Make sure all the dates match up to the prior recorded documents, right?
And also make sure you're using the right document. Some people might think it might be a deed of trust, but it's actually a security deed. So that's a very big one. This state of Georgia, it's a security deed. So that's a whole different ball of wax. Do you have both signatures on there for South Carolina? South Carolina, you have to have two different signature lines.
And I think the easiest way to do this is go back and look at the original mortgage.
That's a good idea.
Look at the original mortgage and say, or deed of trust. Is it security deed or is it deed of trust? And then you can go look at prior recorded assignments, and that'll guide you in the right direction. Some other things to look out for is some states require witness signatures.
That's true.
And if you don't have a witness signature, they'll reject it.
That's right. We just did one of those recently. So we can do it on Paperstac. We do have the ability to know, hey, this state actually requires a witness. I forget which state it was, but it's not hard. It's on the document. It was actually on the quitclaim deed. And inside of notarize, it just says add a witness. They just have to accept it. I don't even think they have to be there at the same time. So they can actually, I think, or maybe they do have to be there at the same time.
The idea behind a witness is they want to be there, watch it sign. So I'm going to go with they probably have to be there at the same time. But
I wasn't there when they were signing it.
you didn't witness it. I'm witnessing, but I wasn't awake. Can I get a witness?
I wasn't the person witnessing it.
It's fine.
But no, that they have that process now inside of notarize where we can add it. And so that's something we should actually add inside of the systems. Hey, this one needs a witness. Click and add your witness. So.
Yes. So you basically just wanted to check all the details on the mortgage, the original principal balance, everything.
Yeah. There's also now it just sounds like but these are all the things that we've run into.
Yes.
A lot of these counties, and when you do one of these with Paperstac, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Like we didn't know that you had to have the legal paper and had to have 3 inches at the top of the piece of paper.
Oh yeah.
Because that's where the recording stamp needs to go and everything. So if you actually print it off, or if you do it on our site, the document is supposed to be made for legal. And so it's supposed to be printed off as legal. But some people print it off on regular 8.5 by 11 and send that in and say, hey, I need to have this longer. Just use a legal piece of paper. It'll be fine. And that's the one I need to have. So there's all those little gotchas. But if you're actually buying it on Paperstac, don't always think the seller's going to get everything right. Especially the legal description. That is a major pain in the butt. I was doing something yesterday and we're talking this long, all caps and language that doesn't make any sense at all.
No, the legal descriptions are awful. They're just terrible to type out. There's a new feature on that iOS 15 app, which is it's been a game changer.
Are you new to the mortgage note industry? Have you been wanting to learn the step-by-step process to purchase your first mortgage note? Well, you're in luck. We've convinced our CEO, Rick Allen, to break down everything he knows about mortgage note investing. Through a series of 50 videos, you'll get everything from start to finish of where to purchase notes, how to purchase notes, and all of Rick's investing techniques he has developed over the many years. From performing note tactics to non-performing notes, Rick gives you everything he knows about investing. Bonuses include our glossary of industry terms, Rick's own proprietary calculators he created to evaluate notes, discounts from our partners, our Rolodex of vendors, a private Facebook group, along with a lot more. We've packed so much content into the Academy to take you from beginner to expert in no time. To learn more about the Academy, go to academy.paperstac.com/welcome. Again, that is academy.paperstac.com/welcome.
Tell them how to do it.
It is unbelievable. Essentially, what you want to do is you want to take a piece of text on a piece of paper. And the cool thing is it can be handwritten text, it can be typed text. And you would open up your camera app if you've got the latest iOS 15, turn your camera app on and you focus it over a piece of paper. And then on the bottom right corner, a little text field button will come into focus. If you touch that, what it'll do is it'll grab the text and it'll select all the text on the page. And you can go ahead and then hit copy and you can paste it wherever you want. So if you want to paste it in an email it to yourself or paste it on a text message and text message it to somebody, you could do that. And then you can cut and copy it and then put that in there. And let me tell you, it's remarkably accurate. You still obviously have to read through it, but it is very accurate. It's a game changer. It will save so much time from typing out all kinds of stuff, typing out legal descriptions, everything like that. So it's good. I've used it half a dozen times already.
Yeah. That's when the other method that's pretty easy to do. This is before you sign it. If you have the prior, let's just say, which I just did one recently where it was a prior assignment of mortgage and they had the legal on it. And I download that assignment of mortgage and then I take my new one that I need to have signed and I have the first page, second page. And then with Adobe, I merge documents. I delete the first two of this account or this document, which is the old one. I keep the legal description. Voila. Legal description is there.
Yeah. And you'll see that a lot. People just using the legal descriptions already been recorded and they just put that in there.
That's the easiest thing to do.
That's fine. You can do that. So you just want to make sure those things, tons of stuff to to be wary of when you're trying to record documents.
Let's talk about the price.
If you're recording a quitclaim deed, a lot of states will require an additional form that needs to fill out that highlights basically the details of the document, who's buying it, who's selling it, what's the value of the property, what's the purchase price. So Georgia definitely has one. North Carolina, Tennessee have one.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there are certain forms that just need to be recorded, and they're all called something like TC1A forms or something like that. Whenever you go to record it, if you send it in just as the quitclaim deed, it'll get rejected and they'll tell you what you need. So that's something
That's interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So the cost, it varies
Greatly.
It can be $25 to record something plus any sort of fees. If you're trying to record a document that doesn't meet their specifications as far as margins, they charge you a $10 to $20 fee for just it not being formatting fee, they'll call it. And usually you're going to be capped around $60-$70 would be what it costs to record an assignment of mortgage. However, there's some states like New York where that can be like $400 to $500 to have a document recorded. So
There's a list that I looked over and had all the counties, and it seemed like a certain county in Pennsylvania was the most expensive.
oh my gosh, yeah, Pennsylvania is not
Yeah.
shocking.
But Florida was I was like, wow, that's $10-something. It was,
It's 10 or $12, and then there's usually a fee that you've got it recorded.
yeah. The thing is with recording, it is especially difficult if it's your first rodeo. But the good thing is if you are doing it on Paperstac, we do have the partner that can do it for you. We just pass it through. They're pros at it. And so it's the auditor that's going to be auditing the stuff. You just keep it there with them when the deal's done. Soon, hopefully we'll have it where you're checking out and yes, keep it here. Yes, get it recorded, and they'll look it over and make sure that we catch anything, hopefully before the seller gets most sellers are cool though. They'll come back and fix it.
Yeah. Do your work up front is basically the long and the short of it. Check to make sure all the details are there or pay somebody to check it before you go to the recording it. It's easier to fix it before it's been signed and you wasted time sending it off. So that's it.
Yeah. Yep. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's it for this edition of the Paperstac Snackable. If you got any questions or something you'd like us to talk about, please leave a comment below and we will get right to it.
Sounds good. See you in the next one.